All right, good evening, everyone. I'll call the SMUD Board of Directors meeting of December 4, 2014 to order. Please join me in the pledge to the flag. All right, we'll move now to statements from the public. At this time, we give our customers an opportunity to speak on items not on the agenda, which the board will take no action, but that are within our jurisdiction. And I do have one speaker slip from Mr. Mark Graham. Come on forward. As you know, the microphone is set to amplify your voice. And as mentioned before, your item is not on the agenda, so we are not able to have a discussion per the Brown Act, but welcome, and you'll have 3 minutes. Mr. Graham, go ahead.
Madam President, board members, my name is Mark Graham, and I live in Elk Grove. As you probably remember, at the October meeting, I challenged this board and every board member to show us the peer-reviewed scientific studies that you have referred to that show that smart meters are safe, or that purportedly show that smart meters are safe. The background was, at the September board meeting, after President Shiroma after all of you were asked about smart meter safety, President Shiroma said, and I quote, "Those studies are out there." Also, in a 2012 letter, Arlen Orchard wrote to one of my friends that SMUD had done extensive research on the question of smart meter safety and smart meter radiation. And in 2013, in response to a Public Record Act request, SMUD claimed that it had reviewed all the scientific literature on this issue, but incredibly, SMUD claimed that it had not saved any of those studies, either in paper or on a computer, nor had SMUD made any list or any summary of those studies. In other words, you had nothing. Now, what I'm saying is you have two good options here. The first is, show me, if you have them, and show the public the scientific studies. You have my proposal in writing on this. I ask you to identify each study by the title, the date of publication, the name of the principal author, and the journal in which it was published. Your other option, Madam President and Board, is to admit it. Admit that you do not have peer-reviewed scientific studies that show that smart meter radiation is safe. Admit that you have been wrong on this issue from the beginning and that your statements to the contrary have been incorrect. This board's credibility continues to decline every time you hold a board meeting without showing us and showing your customers those studies. Next item. I gave you a proposal in November and I asked you to inform your customers that they have the ability to opt out. Each board member and Mr. DeStasio and Mr. Orchard have all made a conscious decision to keep your smart meter. However, 99% of your customers have not made that decision because they do not know that it is possible to opt out. You have not told them. My proposal, which you have in writing, was to put an article in the Connections newsletter at least 4 times next year to inform them how to opt out if they want to. Stop cheating your customers. The last thing, at the last meeting, I think it was the early November meeting when all the Sacramento State students were here. After 3 of us spoke to you about smart meter radiation and health, a couple board members and Mr. Orchard mentioned that smart meters are now the industry standard. That is true. And that does not change the fact that smart meter radiation is hazardous for your health. This board has to do things according to California laws, and you even have Strategic Directive Number 6, which require you to do things safely. You cannot break the law and make people sick just because it's the industry standard. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. Yes, Director Slayton.
I continue to point out that we're not the right body, but I will say that I have read the EPRI characterization of radio frequency emissions from 2 models of wireless smart meters, 2011 technical report, the Public Utility Commission of Texas report from December of 12, and the Bio-Initiative of 2012. I have looked at all 3 documents. I believe the 2 that I held up here are more accurate, and I accept those. But the fact that I've looked at all 3 is irrelevant to the issue that this is the wrong body. The issue of safety is a function of the FCC for this type of equipment. It is licensed for us to deploy, and we have deployed this equipment across this utility as well as other utilities across the country. If the FCC determines that this equipment is not safe, then we'll deal with that at that time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let us now go on to the consent calendar.